Okay, so everybody, this is just a little something that I wrote today, as a matter of fact, and hopefully it gives you some insight into what I'm feeling. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fevered pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out. I'm gonna lay your shit bare. See, I'm still working on the rest of it, but I think I'm gonna call it we could have had it all, like a gospel diddly, you know? What is up to all the buttercups? Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to a very late, you know what I should have done for y'all is, it's not too late. Welcome to an all new episode of A Seat at the Table podcast, where you always got a seat at this table. Why am I whispering, you ask? Because I thought you guys were into that ASRM stuff. It's delicious. That shit is so creepy to me, okay? That shit is so creepy to me, okay? Y'all, oh my God. So happy weekend to you. How y'all doing? Listen. Woo, child, what a week. How is you doing, honey? How is you? Tell mother all about it, child. Listen, first of all, might I say, if no one has told you today, you look cute or whatever. You probably ain't even take no shower yet today. Shame on you. But anyway, you still cute. You still the apple of Jesus' eye. Yes, you is. Praise God. Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. I have been having I don't know. First of all, here's one thing that first of all, oh God, I'm assuming that we've all listened and have congregated together at this table. But for those of you who this is your first time listening, you are listening to A Seat at the Table podcast, where there is always a seat for you, honey. You can find us on Instagram, A Seat at the Table pod, all one word. You can also find me on Twitter at Gailanda Adams. That's right, GAILANDOADAMS. Yolanda Adams is probably one of the very few gospel acts that I listen to that have not disappointed me yet, okay? And we'll get to that later, but shout out to Yolanda Adams with the voice. And you could also, our Facebook presence is very dry, honey, so I'm not even going to play you and direct you to there. I think that the Twitter and the Instagram might be enough for you. So what do we do here? We get into a little ratchet treat. We talk with each other. We smoke a little weed. We drink a little coffee, a little wine. I'm not judging whatever time of day that you're listening. Do whatever you got to do. And you know what? Hopefully we are on a journey together. Whether it's just a journey through you listening to whatever crap I have to spew for that week in hot topics, or, we really love to explore mindfulness here, and intention and energy and frequency and vibration. So for everyone that's new, welcome. We love new members of the church. And for everybody who flew back, everybody who flew back, thank you so much for fluting back, okay? Anyways, so I was telling you about my whole bag ass week. Okay, so first of all, listen, part of the last year or so for me has really been about, I think that it's been a real shattering of my ego in terms of where I saw myself going in life. the trajectory that I was on. Not even from the standpoint of, hey, where do you see yourself going? But I mean like from the standpoint of where I was operating from, like the place that I was operating from in my life. I had my own place. I was, out here being cute with the cute little job. And, I didn't like the job and the place was a little bit much to be desired. But even when I didn't have my own place, I was still kind of living with friends and, just like, things were cute. The job was whatever, like everything was cute, And I think that oftentimes the humbling, the shattering of the ego for many of us is kind of the things that we kind of merge ourselves with. So I identified with the life that I lived. There was no separation between the two, if that makes any sense. And what I mean by that is that job that I had that I felt was so high profile, that was synonymous with myself. And I don't even mean that from like Gail, but I mean with self. Like I got value from that. I got value from how I presented and my friends and all this other stuff, all this stuff that really at the end of the day didn't provide true happiness and weren't true value for me. So, it is humbling to now be in these situations where like I have a job. It's not the best job, but one of the lessons that I've learned in my life is myself and who I am not synonymous with the place that I work, the job that I have. We are not one in one. I don't find value in just, the place that I work at. I find value in the fact that I am, not even value, but I understand the separation of the blessing of being able to have provision for oneself versus the value placed on things like jobs and relationships and what have you. So, it's a learning process for all of us, but the separation of my ego, is something that I've been dealing with. So whatever. It doesn't mean that I don't have human situations at my place of work. So let's just get into why I'm bringing all of this up in the first place. The girls are mad at me. Okay. Bitch, I called out of work, girl. And listen, y'all, I don't know if anybody from work is listening. I don't really know. If you are, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your listenership. If you are not, and you're just one of my friends that we kiki. Anyway, yes, girl, I called out of work. I am a firm believer that PTO days are not just for when you are sick and shut in. They are for when you are well and want to go out. They are also for when you need just a fucking minute to regroup, bitch. Okay? Okay? So I needed a fucking minute to regroup. Okay? I needed a minute to regroup that wasn't a fucking Monday or Wednesday. Okay? So in letting my boss know, because listen, everybody calls out of work, everybody, things come up, what have you. I'm not the bitch that's going to be like, oh my God, my dog ate my homework and I don't feel well and I cannot come to work. I'm not that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not going to come, I'm just not going to come. I don't need to give you a fucking excuse. Okay? You can see how impassioned I feel about this. But come on, don't you feel me? Like, don't you feel me? I think by law, it shouldn't be like you have PTO time. I think if you call out of work, if your job doesn't see it fit for you to be calling out, then, they use it as a PTO day. And basically what ends up happening from there is I don't have to give you a reason for why I'm not at work today. I am just not at work. Okay? Okay. One of the things that I learned from Oprah and Jeff Weiner was the former CEO of LinkedIn, was that one of the worst things that a manager can do to an employee is to keep them in the game when they are truly showing you that they want to be out of the game. And what I mean by that is, what he meant by that was, and I'm just kind of giving a summation of it, is basically, it is likened to seeing an athlete play a sport. and they have been playing for 5 minutes too long. They need to be benched. Their arms are shaking. They're tired. They need some time to recuperate. Now, more times than not, when you ask that athlete, do they need to be out the game? They're going to say, no, I'm fine. It's okay. But it is your job as a manager to see, like, you know what? You might need a moment. And it might not be the most convenient time for the business. But what is more? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. That was what I was dealing with this week. But, listen, I'm a firm believer that this is just a temp situation. And, that's about that. Oh, so how that nasty husband of yours? Huh? Anyways, yes. No, I'm not dating as of yet. Do not be all up in my business. One of my coworkers said to me, like, girl, we've got to find you a man this year. And here's the thing. It's not that I don't want to date. That's not it. I just don't feel the need to be, like, I don't feel like my happiness is going to come from me dating someone, I feel like inherently, I don't know, right now I feel pretty happy. I feel well, and I almost am, are you the type of person that when you do feel okay, that you almost are hesitant to even say so? I definitely am that type of girl. Like, there are moments where I'm like, oh, God, I actually don't feel terrible. And I'm almost hesitant to, like, kind of revel in that, if you will. But, nonetheless. Oh, so let's just go on ahead and get into all of the stuff. Oh, the girls are mad. The girls are mad. I'm going to tell you why the girls are mad. Okay. So the girls in prison are calling Kim Kardashian the princess of prison reform. Oh, yes. It appears that several inmates have been taunting Kim K as the princess of prison reform. She was apparently instrumental in the release of Centoya Brown, I believe her name is, who will not be released until, I think, July, August of this year. But nonetheless, Kim Kardashian apparently, along with other celebrities and people of note, played a pivotal role in getting Centoya her clemency. So congratulations to her. And I mean, I saw a lot of comments on social media about Kim K being called the princess of prison reform. A lot of people kind of feel like, oh, well, we hate Kim K, so we don't even want her to do anything good for us. Fuck that bitch. And I don't know. I think that the fact that she is using her celebrity to do acts as such, I mean, I can't be mad at her for that, and I also, I mean, what do you want? Like, you get people who do stuff, you're mad at them. You get people who don't do stuff, you're mad at them too. What I do want to bring to light is, let's just keep in mind that there are some other people who are also been instrumental in the prison reform and early release kind of bandwagon or banner, that that bloodstained banner of prison reform. Just to give you a clue on some of these people, Tamika Mallory, who is on the board of directors at Gathering for Justice organization. And they basically work towards curbing mass incarceration. And then we have Ava DuVernay, who you guys all know and love. She, along with Sarah Burton, have been fighting for civil rights and civil rights litigation and legal and legalities and early prison reform. Sarah Burton, as a matter of fact, is a legal scholar and civil rights litigator. And of course, I say of course because I know these people, but the scholar Michelle Alexander is another person of note. And Tiffany McKell, who partnered with Courtney Ziegler to create an app called Appolition. Now that is APOLITION, which allows you to donate your spare change or whatever money you have to the bond of someone who is behind bars.